Of all the practices of medieval Christianity, perhaps nothing seems stranger to us today than the intense veneration of holy relics. A relic was a physical object connected to a saint or to Christ himself, and it was believed to hold a portion of that holy person's spiritual power. Relics were divided into different classes. First-class relics. These were the most powerful and valuable. A first-class relic was a part of the saint's body, a bone, a lock of hair, a vial of blood, or even a whole head. Second-class relics. These were objects that the saint had owned or frequently used, like a piece of their clothing, their prayer book, or the staff they carried. Third-class relics. These were objects that had simply touched a first-class relic. A piece of cloth pressed against the tomb of a saint would become a third-class relic and was believed to absorb some of its holiness. Every church and monastery wanted to have relics. They were a sign of prestige and a source of incredible power. Oaths sworn on a box of relics were considered unbreakable. Armies would carry a favorite relic into battle, believing it would bring them victory. And most importantly, relics had the power to perform miracles. People would travel hundreds of miles to a shrine to be cured of a disease by touching or praying before the bones of a saint. This created a powerful cult of saints. Different saints became specialists in solving certain problems. If you had a toothache, you would pray to Saint Apollonia, because her persecutors had shattered her teeth. If you lost something, you prayed to Saint Anthony. Saint Christopher was the patron saint of travelers, protecting them on dangerous journeys. This system gave people a whole host of heavenly helpers they could turn to for very specific, practical problems.